going on, everybody? It's your boy Tim here. You read the title, you saw the thumbnail, and you clicked on the video. I am excited about today's video. I know you may hear that from other content creators here on YouTube. I rarely say that when I do my own videos. No, seriously, I'm excited about today's video because I've been having some wild imaginations on improving my photos, getting my photos critiqued in a non-biased way. And I thought to myself, why don't I ask AI or ChatGPT to help me with some of those needs? So as I'm doing it right here, right now, live, I'm gonna ask AI, ChatGPT, whatever you want to call it, to roast my photos and give it a rating. I've already organized 11 photographs. And all I need to do is upload it to ChatGPT and type in the question, can you roast my photograph in one paragraph, and rate my photo from a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being the best. I've never done this before. I might as well do it now. Share it with you guys. And heck, maybe we'll learn something along the way. I mean, when you're submitting to these contests and festivals, there's no standard point system. It's all based off of one photographer's objective and subjective opinion. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes some of these folks can be a little bit biased. They might see the photograph online that's gained a lot of notoriety. They may come across a photograph that's been submitted from one of their friends. Who knows? With ChatGPT or AI, I'm curious to see how they rate a photograph, what's their structure. And let's just dive straight into it. All right, I'm gonna start off strong. I wanna obtain the 5 rating right off the bat. So I'm gonna upload my most recent finalist image, Orange Head, which was the finalist in the PSPI International Street Photography Festival of 2024. And let's see what we get.
Your photo has an interesting mix of chaos and mystery.
Yeah, buddy!
But let's address the elephant in the room, or rather, the oranges. The bag of oranges slung over the person's shoulder looks like they're moonlighting as a citrus delivery hero who forgot their cape. The vibrant graffiti backdrop feels like it wants to tell a story, but gets overshadowed by the randomness of the foreground elements. The leash dog, iconic. Its energy screams, "Why am I here?" The lighting is moody, but almost too dark.
What do you mean too dark? Open your eyes.
Leaving a sense of, where's the main character? Confusion. The green shirt blends a bit too harmoniously into the urban jungle. Give us some pop or contrast next time.
You want some pop next time? Look how many colors I have in that one frame. Wow, this is off to a bad start. I should just stop this video right now. All right, I'm a little bit nervous. The description that River gave wasn't too positive. I'm so vulnerable right now.
Rating 3 out of 5.
What? A 3 out of 5? The hell is going on over here?
It's bold and unique, but feels like it's trying a little too hard to be cryptic. With better lighting and composition focus, it could stand out more.
Better lighting and composition? Really? Oh man. River, you looking too deep into this. I'm not trying to be cryptic with this shot. Look, in all seriousness, I think River did hit it on the nail that this scene is a little bit too dark. The backdrop, as far as I'm concerned. And although it has a little touch of humor and great alignment with the orange blocking the guy's head, it is hard to understand what exactly is happening here. How everything strings together, I'll admit that. But you gotta love the color, as I'm not much of a fan of animals in my street shots. At least the dog isn't the predominant subject matter, and it has some cool spot patterns on him that adds to the wild, colorful scenery of this image. But honestly, 3 out of 5, as though it is painful to accept, I think River was fair with her critique on this image. So River, you get a pass on this one, all right? You better watch your mouth, tame your critique, because you coming a little hard on that first one. Ease me in a little bit, you know? All right, on to the next image. I'm gonna go strong again up top, and I'm gonna submit one that's a finalist previous to Orange Head, and it was a finalist in the 2024 Brussels Street Photography Festival, and it is one of my personal favorites, Sunburn.
Yeah, buddy!
Your photo screams a series of unfortunate events. The painfully obvious sunburn contrasts beautifully, and by beautifully, I mean hilariously.
Okay, I'm liking this. I can dig that.
With the tank top tan lines, creating an almost abstract art effect of summer regrets. The ATM's graffiti suggests a chaotic urban vibe, and it feels like even the machine is silently judging. Overall, this photo captures raw humanity, but not in a flattering way, more like a cautionary tale about sunscreen.
The description wasn't too bad, pretty much straight to the point, not too much details. Straightforward, really. I feel pretty good about this one. Maybe a 4 out of 5. Let's see.
Rating 3 out of 5.
What? 3 again?
Taking out Solo Sokoa.
Oh my god, my ego's been hurt. I don't know if this was a good idea. River, what's your problem? You didn't have coffee this morning or something? Woo!
It's visually interesting and tells a story, but it's rough around the edges.
What you mean rough around the edges? It's a street photograph. River, you say it makes for a visually interesting story, but isn't that what street photographs supposed to do? Content and context above all? How am I gonna please River here? Oh man, this is rough. Okay, that's the second 3 in a row. I gotta really dig deep here. I'm gonna change up my selections in the folder. Give me 1 minute.
1 hour later.
Okay, I'm gonna surprise River here and make that come back. I'm gonna upload a very recent photo. It was a photo I recently captured on my New Mexico trip at the hot air balloon fiesta. And I like this image, has a little bit of everything of contrast colors, shadows, foreground, background. This might be the one that breaks the ceiling. And this is probably the only few images that I was able to really get on the trip. So let's see what River has to say this time.
This photo feels like a behind-the-scenes soap opera where drama is quietly brewing. The intense glare from the child in red is unmatched. She looks like she's plotting world domination during a cultural festival. Meanwhile, the silhouette of the adult in green overalls gives off mysterious stage mom energy, and the scattered staging props and yellow barrels add a dash of industrial chaos. The dancers in the background, blurred and mid-spin, feel like a distant afterthought, as if the camera decided the real story was the diva in the foreground.
Who are you?
It's beautifully chaotic, but the disjointed elements make it hard to settle on a focal point.
Excuse me, River, you're really inconsistent with your judgment here, because in this image you are saying it's hard to settle on a focal point or subject matter. And then the previous image, Sunburn, you said it's a little bit rough around the edges. Like, come on, make up your mind. What the hell is River smoking? And you know what I've been noticing with your judgment, River? You're giving 1-2 positive feedback, building my self-esteem. And at the very end, you just cut me down. Don't think I know this technique. Trust me, I use this technique. I've read the book, The Art of Persuasion from Bob Berg. I know what you're doing here, okay? You're not fooling me.
Rating 3.5 out of 5. It's brimming with personality and tension, but could use a stronger narrative.
Emotional, damn it!
You tease me after giving me 2 3s. You give me a little bit bump with 3.5. Like I'm supposed to be satisfied with that. I mean, the foolishness that's coming out of your mouth is having me up to here. And then after you say it needs a stronger narrative focus, you create the narrative. Use your imagination. Why do I, the street photographer, have to tell you what I'm photographing, what it's supposed to be? It's not documentary photography. River, are you even qualified? Have you exhibited anywhere? I mean, what have you done? Have you ever even used a camera? Holy God, my blood pressure. Better calm down. Arguing with a robot. Somebody get me water. Okay, it looks like I'm making very little progress here with River. I gotta dig deep into the archives and go way back to 2016 image. And it is one that I captured in Havana, Cuba. For quite some time, I was only known as the Red Umbrella Man. This photo made it into the 2016 San Francisco Street Photo Festival, which is dissolved right now and no longer around. But anyway, a lot of people like this image. It's so funny, the photos that we personally like ourselves of our own images, the general public or friends may not see much into them. And other images where you're kind of like, that's kind of nothing, people tend to like it. I caught this image almost by accident on my last day in Cuba. It was pouring rain. I was pretty upset because the previous 3 days I didn't really get any keepers, and because it was very overcast, raining, I had to use my flash. Thank God I brought it with me. And of course, like when I'm shooting street and I'm walking and I'm shooting, what usually makes me press the shutter button is if I just notice one thing that catches my eye. And in this case, it was the red wall and somebody with an umbrella walking towards me. I didn't even realize it was a red umbrella. And as that person was walking towards me, I kind of shifted a little bit and snapped a photo. I didn't think much of it until I got back home here in Hawaii and I uploaded my images. And I knew something weird, cool about this image. The red on top of the red, the legs evenly spread out like that. But I noticed the hand with the blue sleeve and blue umbrella. I don't even remember seeing that at that scene. And as I was looking at this image, I was wondering to myself, should I crop this out and just keep it a clean red? Now for for those of you who don't know, I'm not a big fan of cropping. Occasionally, if I need to lose something out of the image, I will scale in, but I'm not a big fan of cropping and messing up dimensions. But I also believe just relying less on cropping and just becoming a better shooter. Moving a step closer in, taking a step back wider. But anyway, I decided not to crop and keep that hand in. Maybe it adds a little mystery juxtaposition, I don't know. And it seemed to be the right choice. So let's see what River has to say about this and where she'll rank this photo.
Ah, I see what's going on here. A red umbrella trying to outrun its responsibilities in front of a wall that's clearly been through some things. Is it a metaphor for how life just keeps raining on us, no matter how much we try to shield ourselves? And what's with the mystery hand casually holding another umbrella on the side? Like it's auditioning for a low-budget detective noir.
Oh, I never saw it like that. Good observation, River. Low-budget detective noir? I can dig that.
The color contrast is striking though, and the framing is bold, intentional chaos, perhaps?
Color contrast is striking, framing is bold.
I'll give it a solid 4 out of 5 for creativity and mood.
4 out of 5? Oh my god, is this real? We're making progress, everybody. Oh god, River, I gotta take you out to Cheesecake Factory or something. That was music to my ears. I could just stop this video right now and be happy.
But dock a point because that umbrella looks like it's straight up plotting world domination.
I don't get that. You dock a point because of that? Starting to think River doesn't give any 5s. I mean, she docked a point because the umbrella took too much space or was too present in the photograph. I don't know. You know what was cool too? Hearing River's own interpretation on the photo. This photo's been in the closet for quite some time, so it was refreshing. All right, we're making progress. We got 3, 3, 3.5, and 4. I gotta bring the guns out on this next image and go full force because River is just hard to please. Oh, okay, this next one is one of my personal favorites and a lot of people seem to like it. A lot of people that I respect and admire in the street community like it. This next one is gonna be Coolers. Captured it right before the pandemic, right before the lockdown happened. And this image works for me because everybody looks in sync and they're each spaced out evenly. Their feet and legs are spread nicely and makes for a visually beautiful image. So let's see what River has to say this time.
What we have here is a beautiful tribute to synchronized labor, practically the boy band of ice chest movers.
Oh wow, even River used that word, synchronized. I guess great minds think alike. Okay, I'm just sucking up to River at this point.
The coordination of their expressions is almost too perfect, as if they're marching to an invisible drumbeat of corporate urgency. The mannequin audience inside the store, pure comedy gold, silently judging from behind the glass, adding a surreal layer of absurdity.
That's an interesting observation. I never considered the mannequins in the background any of importance.
The lighting is solid, but the background feels like it's working overtime to scream suburban mall. The guy on the far right's casual shorts and sneakers combo makes it look like he accidentally joined the squad mid-move.
You know, I'm glad River brought up the man in the short. Every time I look at this image, I wish the guy in the shorts was in the middle. Maybe that reorder would help the photo a little bit better. I don't know. But I like what River said right there. It looks like he accidentally joined the squad there. River, you got some jokes up your sleeve. Okay, the last photo, red umbrella, sounded more positive. This one sounds like River is not too excited about the background, which in the street photograph, background is almost everything. So I'm a little bit nervous. I'm gonna guess she's gonna give me like a 3.5 maybe.
I'll give this a 4 out of 5. It's funny, quirky, and well composed.
Now, although I'm aiming for a 5 and I would like a 5 on this image. Oh, a 4? I take that. Like I said, I don't think River gives 5. She's like that English teacher in high school. No matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you prove your points in your Romeo and Juliet recap essay, and you have all the answers, it's not good enough for her. That's who River is right now to me. Just can't make her happy. Okay, it's funny, quirky, well composed. Come on, that deserves a 5 already.
But the story behind the scene feels incomplete.
Okay, whoa, River, you are just nitpicking here, okay? You are just trying to find anything that's wrong or any error in my photograph and chew it up. I mean, come on, you said it has the content, it has the story, it's well composed, the lighting's good. Now you're just zooming in, trying to find something off about it. I mean, I think I'm gonna switch judges here. I think, River, I think you need to go get some lunch or something wherever you're at. I don't know where the hell you are. Mexico, middle of Texas, whatever factory. You need to go on your lunch break.
It's great street photography with a dash of humor, but it needs just a pinch more chaos or unpredictability to hit maximum impact.
All right, River, I just want to let you know before we move forward, I just want to apologize to you. I think you're doing a great job judging my photos. I mean, again, I was the one that came to you and you were nice enough to give me your time. So I just want to let you know we're on good terms. There's no animosity coming from me. By the way, your hair looks fine. And so for this next photo I have for you, River, is one that made it to the 2018 Italian Street Photography Festival mobile category. I'm not great at Italian images, so I don't know what to call this, but the giant wave, I guess. I caught this on one of my Samsungs S something 2018 as I was on my way to the grocery store to pick up some milk for my babies. And as I'm going down White Camilo Road, I see this homeless guy in the middle of the road, you know, about 50, 70 feet away. As I'm approaching him, and I slowed down, and I didn't have a camera on me, I just had my phone, and I tell myself this is a great opportunity with the usage of the big mural of the wave in the back there. I look through my rear view mirror to make sure nobody's behind me and whip out my phone, take a couple snaps. It was mostly a wide shot. The framing wasn't really there as I'm in my car, and that's that. I thought it was cool that I was able to recognize something and just make a photo out of it. The photo is quite a bit scaled in, and yeah, let's see what River has to say.
The classic person on the pavement staring at a mural, aesthetic, bold choice.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
The massive wave on the wall promises drama, yet our subject looks like they've fallen out of frame and into an existential crisis. The composition teeters between intentional minimalism and, oops, forgot to crop.
Crop what? What you want me to crop? It ain't gonna make a difference, River.
Those power lines and utility poles, unapologetically photobombing like they own the place.
That's the thing with photographing in the USA. I just hate the telephone poles. It drives me nuts. It's hard to get a clean image.
The color palette works nicely, with the blue wave dominating, but the random burst of pink in the person's sock feels like an Easter egg for the attentive viewer.
Pink socks? Why are you looking that deep, River? I mean, it's irrelevant. Now you're just trying to turn nothing into something.
Bonus points for making me wonder, are they admiring the wave or just tired of walking?
Yeah, that's a nice interpretation. Are they admiring the wave or are they tired? Yeah, that makes sense.
This deserves a 3.5 out of 5. There's strong potential here. The juxtaposition of person and wave is interesting, but the shot needs tighter framing or a stronger focus to elevate it further.
Yeah, something I expected. You see how she's such a tease? There's strong potential here. You know what, the past few images, your critique on them, a little blasphemy. And therefore, I think you're tired at looking at images. And it does look like it's lunchtime for you. I don't know where you're based out of, Texas and Mexico, what factory you're at. But until we meet again, I'm gonna switch over to someone else, because I don't even think you've ever picked up a camera before. So I appreciate your efforts, River. Until next time, I'm sure we'll cross paths again. Bye-bye. All right, now that River's out of the way and we have someone new here, Terrell. So let's start. Okay, the next photo I'm gonna upload is the same street corner of the Coolers one. Probably my favorite corner to shoot in Waikiki. And this shot was captured in 2022. I like this image because it reminds me of something like a traditional old school street photographer like Winogrand or somebody, Lee Friedlander, would capture themselves. There's no vibrant color or harsh shadows, things of that nature that are considered aesthetic standards in today's street photography world. It's just a shot of a family in an intense moment, real and raw. And one thing you always notice when you're photographing kids, as Melissa O'Shaughnessy said in my film Fill the Frame, kids are the ones that always notice you first. They're so observant of their surroundings, while the parents are just in a daze of their own little chaotic world. So I do feel pretty strong about this one. I've had a couple of friends who are great street photographers themselves, and I respect and admire a lot, like this one. So let's see what Terrell has to say about this one.
This photo is like the perfect metaphor for life. The adults are having an intense conversation, oblivious to their surroundings, while the kids are stuck in purgatory outside a shop, radiating a mix of boredom and existential despair. The reflections in the window add a surreal layer, with mannequins looking like they're judging everyone. Meanwhile, the older couple casually strolling in the background is like a reminder that one day this too shall pass.
That's a good observation of the older couple on the far left walking by, because I was contemplating excluding them from the image, but it just looked off when I would crop or scale in. So I just left it in. But hearing Terrell's words sounds like it was a good choice leaving them in, because it adds that nice juxtaposition. And this too shall pass? Man, I'm learning a lot here.
The composition is chaotic yet oddly balanced, making the scene unintentionally hilarious and relatable.
Alright guys, I think this is the one where I cracked the glass ceiling. Terrell didn't really say anything negative about this image, so I think I'm finally gonna get a 5 on this one.
Rating, 4 out of 5.
I guess they don't give 5s. 4 is the highest. They don't even give 4.5. I love the positivity that Terrell shared on this image, and I couldn't agree more with him. For me, how I judge or rate a photo, it has to have these 3 things, and for me, it's in this particular order. It needs to have good storytelling or content. What's happening in the frame? Is it interesting? Does it make me laugh, sad? What kind of emotion does it evoke? How does it make me think or interpret that scene? What kind of reaction it pulls from me? 2, the lighting has to be great, which adds to storytelling and can help elevate the overall image. And then 3, the framing. For me, framing doesn't always have to be perfect. It could be slightly tilted or a little bit off. As long as it adds to the overall storytelling, if it makes it more odd or off or something like that, then the misalignment of the framing adds to it. To me, it doesn't have to always be a clean, properly framed photo, although most good street images are. So yeah, those 3, storytelling, content, lighting, and then framing. Okay, my self-esteem is back to normal now after that critique. Appreciate it, Terrell. Okay, we're down to the final stretch. We got 2 more images. I'm gonna upload something more recent, something I shot this year out in Waikiki. And if you're planning to visit Hawaii and do some street photography in the near future, you can check out my video, Hawaii Street Photography Guide. I give you all the details, where to shoot, where to park, where to eat afterwards, my favorite spot. So yeah, be sure to check that out. When I parked my car and got out of the car, I noticed a flock of birds by this family, and I don't know what the heck was going on, but I just had to go over there and make a photo out of it. I'm pretty sure the dad fed the birds, but by the time I got there, it just looked like the 2 parents were on their phones, their child asleep in the stroller, and the flock of birds were holding their daughter for ransom. It was kind of a strange situation that they would let their daughter sleep there with all these dirty, infested pigeons around her. But I do like this image. It's chaotic. It creates a nice triangular shape between the parents and the daughter in the stroller, and just a very head-scratching moment to me. So let's see what Terrell has to say about this.
This photo is a visual symphony of modern disconnection wrapped in a nature-themed absurdity. The child in the stroller, peacefully sleeping amidst what looks like a chaotic pigeon uprising, is the true MVP here, completely unfazed by the bird-infested battlefield. Meanwhile, the adults stand on either side, more interested in their screens than the avian army surrounding them, perfectly embodying the detached parent in the age of technology stereotype. The composition is oddly balanced, but the sheer randomness of the scene makes it feel like an unintentional comedy skit in a park setting. Bonus points for the chicken cameo.
I didn't even see the chicken there.
Yeah, buddy!
For sure, she's the MVP. I don't know how she's staying asleep with all those birds around her and the noise. Ooh.
This deserves a 4 out of 5.
Oh wow, 4 out of 5? I was expecting like 3.5. Okay, I take that.
Hilariously relatable, but it borders on accidental genius rather than deliberate artistry.
Accidental genius than deliberate? Terrell, I had the intention in making this photograph. It's not like I was just walking, scrolling, and then boom, I see it. I saw them from afar in my car as I pulled in, parked my car, walked over, and took the photograph. Clearly, I am a genius. It's not no accidental genius. You can't deduct a point because of that. What rating system are you going off of? Give me a 5 one time. It's okay. Nobody's gonna see this video anyways. I mean, yeah, Terrell's analysis of this photo is kind of exactly my thoughts, really, except for the fact that he thinks this wasn't deliberate, which he's wrong. But yeah, I mean, he was able to create multiple stories in here, analyze what's truthfully going on as well. And you know what? I gotta applaud Terrell for catching the cameo of the chicken. You have a great eye, man. I mean, 4 out of 5, back-to-back 4s. We're on a roll right now. So moving on to the last image. This is my last chance of getting a 5. I thought I pulled out my best images in the beginning already. I don't know. I gotta reshuffle my folder and think about this one. I don't know what to choose.
Choose your character.
This image was taken in 2019 on my Android Samsung mobile phone. And this was a pure spontaneous moment. Very odd scene. I didn't even know what was going on there. At first I thought somebody was filming a commercial, but there was no cameras or crew around. And quickly I just whipped out my phone and snapped a few pictures. And I've never submitted this image anywhere. I've always liked this image. I think it's funny. I think the character on the bicycle in all white matches well with the white painted stop, as well as the white painting in the background you see of the people climbing up there. And just nice color texture, fairly clean image. And yeah, that's what making a street photograph is all about. It's about these moments, capturing these candid moments in real time and seeing how it looks, how it makes you feel after the fact. So let's see what Terrell has to say and where he rates it.
This photo is a surreal fever dream where the concept of camouflage has been hilariously misunderstood. The all-white cyclist, looking like he escaped from a modern art installation, is blending in with absolutely nothing.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Instead, he becomes a bizarre centerpiece against the vibrant yellow and blue industrial wall that could double as a budget IKEA ad. The composition has potential, but the stop painted on the road ironically tells the viewer to halt and question every life choice leading to this moment. Meanwhile, the family in the background appears unfazed, as if a ghost cyclist casually pedaling by is an everyday occurrence.
Pull me through. Give me that 5.
This gets a 4 out of 5.
What did you say, nigga?
It's weird, it's unique, and it tells a story you didn't even know you needed. But the lack of intentional framing keeps it from being a masterpiece.
Guys, I tried. I put my best photos out there. I put my best foot out there. I wasn't able to get a 5.
Life is so hard!
I'm wondering if you can upload a photo and score a 5 with ChatGPT. If you do, let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, there you have it, folks. I did not score any 5s, but I didn't score any 2s or 1s either. I don't know if ChatGPT is just trying to be in the middle here by not being too harsh, by giving 2s and 1s, but also by not being so easy and being a pushover and give out 5. All right, I just double check. I had 4 3s, 2 3.5, and 5 4s. 5 4s. I mean, I gotta take a step back and admit that was pretty good. I mean, this was a fun exercise. This is a great tool to consider using before submitting to a festival or contest to get a critique on your images. And yeah, a lot of the analysis and breakdown of the images was pretty pleasant and entertaining to hear. I do, however, notice that they put a heavy emphasis on framing. And if you're submitting to a festival or a contest, depending on who's the judge, framing might not be that main of importance to them. But yeah, overall, I had fun. I was satisfied with this. What do you think of using ChatGPT as a tool to critique your photos? Are you going to be experimenting with it yourself? Or is it still better to have a human, a friend, a photo mentor to critique and judge your photo? Let me know in the comment section down below. Hey, I had fun. If you had fun as well, make sure to hit that like button. Share it with your friends. Share it with the photo community. And if you haven't, hit that subscribe button, and you know that bell right next to the subscribe button, hit that, and every time I post new content or videos, you'll be notified. Until then, stay safe and keep shooting.